Coming to you live inside Crozier over Lismore. This is round 16 of NRRRL action for 2019. Marist Brothers Rams versus the Casino Cougars. The NRRRL is proudly brought to you with by Ladbrokes. Head over to ladbrokes.com.au today for all your betting information. Of course, gamble responsibly. Dwayne Neville with you, proud to be back on the call with you with Michael Shaw under lights here at Lismore on Marist Brothers Club Day. With no less than 12 hours football being played today, we are now under lights between the Marist Brothers Rams and Casino Cougars. Shorey, you're there in a plain t-shirt, you're not feeling the cold, but as you can see there, it is actually 12.3 degrees, so how are the players going to fare out there tonight?
Yeah, g'day Dwayne, thanks for having us. Players look good, they all look ready in the warm-up. Good game of reserves and the earlier games on today. We can see the Marist Brothers Rams going out in their special pink livery jerseys for Jody's inspiration for the club. So that's good to see everyone supporting that initiative. Players look good, beautiful weather conditions. There does not seem to be any dew set on the turf as of yet. So we should be in for a good, clean, fast game today. We've got Casino in 4th on the table versus Marist in 10th. And Marist are going to be looking for the upset here tonight. As we just prepare the final names on the team list, I will read out, Dwayne's going to read out the home team. Who have we got?
So for Marist Brothers, fullback Jacob Follen, he's paired in the back line with Ethan Mumford, Evan Hawkins, Brendan Williams and Aidan Haywood. Mitchell Slavin and Jake Petty are in the halves with Lockie Perrin, Paul O'Neill, Jake Hoban in the front row. Second row with Joshua Patson and Matt Tickle. Caleb J. Waterman locks the scrum. What do we need to know about the Casino Cougars there, Shorey?
Yeah, we've just had the kick-off, good deep kick from Marist Brothers. I will read you the Casino team. We have David Jackie in number 1 playing fullback. Number 2, Jake Roberts. Number 3, Brent Scott Hall. Number 4, Rooney Collins. In at 5, we've got Denzel Dangerfield. In at the halves, we've got Trevor Bolton, Roy Bell. Front row, Joshua Beach. In at dummy half, Dank Petty. Number 10, Nick Morrissey. The second row is filled out by Thomas Walker and Theo Hippai. Locking the scrum is Hayden Pratt. Coming off the bench, we have Isaac Cooper, Simon Pratt, 16, Doug Schneider, and 17, Jack Wilder, as we get underway with play here.
So this is going to be taken up now 30 metres out on the first phase of play. And then we can see there Richard Fleming is there, given the penalty there for the Marist Brothers. As Shorey just mentioned there, this is indeed, they're playing in the pink, blue and gold today for Jody's Inspiration, a breast cancer charity that was supporting for their 3rd year running. And of course, later on this evening at the Rouse Hotel, those jerseys will be put up for auction, which is an absolute great initiative. As we get down to live action just inside 40. That's going to be played, I think that's played by Paul O'Neill. Big hard run brought down there by the likes of Nick Morrissey. It's going to be a big hard run. Does well about get 30 metres on the fly. This is the Marist Brothers Rams are starting business early. This is Jake Fuller from dummy half. Plays on the short side, gets it into the hands of Evan Hawkins. Brings it back inside field. He's just going to fall short of the line. This is a nice hard fast start here for the Marist Brothers Rams on Club Day. Slavin passes it in. That's gone into, I think that's Blake O'Connor. This is the 5th and last. Played off there by Paul O'Neill, short side. Kick across the carpet there by Jake Petty. And I think he's going to be claiming try here, and it's going to be an early one for the Marist Brothers Rams. We'll just wait for the referee to confirm it. And it's looking oh so pretty for the Marist Brothers Rams Club Day at 4-0.
Oh, sensational work. Great first set of 6. Has the referee pointed to the spot? He has. We've got 4 points on the board. Marist Brothers coming out. They're showing intent here tonight. They want to put on a big performance in front of their home crowd here tonight and show Casino where they're playing. Exciting set of 6 from Marist Brothers. Hopefully it's an ominous sign of what is to come tonight. We saw Casino have been playing some really good football, so that is a good start for Marist Brothers Rams here tonight to get some early points on the board. Hopefully can give some bit of inspiration to move forward and have a big game for the club day and for the Jody's Inspiration. We've got the kick to come here. He's 10 in, 20 25 out. There does not seem to be any breeze in the air tonight as the rest of the players walk back. Casino in the huddle, collecting their thoughts, having a chat between the squad members as he lines up for the kick. 2 steps back, bit of a sway on. Mitch Slavin preparing. As he walks in, starts his run up, kicks it, it's on, looks good, and he's got it. That makes it 6 points to Marist Brothers, leading Casino 0 just a few minutes into the game. 4 minutes in now, Casino to kick off. Now, Casino are ranked higher up in the table, in at number 4, as opposed to Marist in at 10. So, if just a bit of a delayed. The ball's fallen off the kicking tee there by Casino. So, on points, Marist are way down, but if they can keep up this performance, big barnstorming run there by the big fella coming in.
So as we get back now to live action, I think that's gone up by Paul O'Neill. Big hard run there. That is Blake O'Connor, just about 30 metres shy. So we'll just trying to confirm these team lists. We didn't get the official teams literally until the players literally kicked off there. So I can see that Jake Hoban there in number 10. So I mean, I recognise that white headgear there, sure, after calling a few of his games. So this is Paul O'Neill playing short side, kick downtown's got some serious yardage to it. This will be collected here by David Jackie. Goes himself, he plays on that short side. He's going to be brought down there by Jake Petty. So Marist Brothers currently in 10th position. They will have a chance to go to 9th if they do win, and Ballina do happen to win a big against Mullumbimby tomorrow. Now, short side play, and he's going to be brought down there by Paul O'Neill, 30 metres out, just in front of the Ladbrokes signage. Short side play, that's nicely taken the tackle there by Jake Urban there. Well, Marist Brothers, they are coming off the back of a 30-26 win under lights against Northern United, and they could easily have been coming into this with 2 wins off the fly. They just unlucky losing by a point to Mullumbimby a couple of weeks ago. So they're starting pretty decent. Whilst Casino, whilst they pretty much got finals inspirations locked in, that we just learnt just before this game that I believe that Cougars beat Wollumbar earlier today, 20-16 at the death. So they're going to potentially have some inspiration to get further up the ladder. Whilst then Marist Brothers is certainly not making it easy for him. This is gone up by Slave and passed into Jake Fullen, looking to potentially get an early big lead within the first 5 minutes. This is O'Neill playing dummy, a big hard run by Lockie Perrin. He's so close to the line, but he's got, I think, what's Richard Fleming called there? I think he's just called 6 up, and it's going to be Casino to play it just shy of their own line there, Shory.
Yeah, Morris looking good here. Great field position. First couple of sets of 6, right up in Casino's face, and putting a strong effort. And the forwards have had a really good run out so far. And if they can keep Casino down this end of the field, that's where they want to have him, to try to inflict a bit more damage onto the scoreboard.
So this is David Jackie going himself on about 30 metres away from the Casino line. Gets it through the hands. That's going to be taken up there by, I think that was Nick Morrissey. What?
Signature dreads.
That's Roy Bell goes himself. He's looking for a potential line break. Goes himself, Roy Bell. He's got one to be kicked it past. And this will be a foot race. And it's just going to have way too much distance. And Marist Brothers off the hook now to have a 20-metre restart coming.
It's a warning sign there for Marist. They're going to have to keep an eye on Roy Bell there. He had good attacking, attacked the line really well, a lot of pace, and they weren't able to get hands on him. So they're going to have to shut him down.
Let's play now restarts. This, as I was making mention there, Shory, Casino, they're currently in 4th position, and with Tweed Coast Raiders playing Byron Bay tomorrow, and they're just tight on points, just a little bit ahead of them on points differential. They could go as high as 3rd with a win, and depending on how that results go, they could potentially stay there. Otherwise, if Marist Brothers were to pull off the upset today, they would be down as low as 5th. So really crossroads stuff in the dying rounds of the 2019 season.
Yeah, Casino have got pretty high aspirations in this competition, so they're going to be fighting hard to stay in this top 5, or as you said, potentially top 3 berth going into the finals in 3 weeks' time.
So this will be now Roy Bell to play about 35 metres out from the Marist brothers line. That's gone into Bolt. Big hard run. So this is Casino's, well, their second potential attacking play in this piece. They're playing the short side. That goes into the hands. Oh, I believe that to be, that was Brent Scott Hall. So gone into the hands. That's Jackie. That's Beach. He's going to be brought down there hard by the Marist brothers captain Paul O'Neill. He's probably one of the busiest players in the NRRRL, Paul O'Neill. That's Pratt. That's Morrissey. He's going to be brought down there by Mitch Slavin. Casino looking potentially dangerous here inside the Marist brothers 10. This is Roy Bell, kick across field, aiming to collect his own. He's flicked that across at the foot rail. Oh, jeez, just he was half an inch taller. He would have got that there, Shorey.
Yeah, wasted chance. They threw it at it. Roy Bell puts that grubber kick in once again in behind the line, and mishandled by the Marist players, and just Casino just couldn't quite get a finger on that. They were, as he said, a couple of inches off from getting a first opening point of their game here tonight.
So, Shorey, all the Marist brothers wins this year have come when they score 30 points or more, all of them being on here at Crozier Oval in Lismore. So, and I think I'm just having a look at one of the stats here that raised up during the week. Last time that these two teams played at Crozier Oval, Marist brothers winning 36-10. So only the Marist brothers team of 2014 have failed to score more than double digits in this contest. So, and since 2013, Marist have only lost once to Casino in Lismore, and not since 2014. So they've got a bit of history on their side coming as far as this contest goes at Lismore, and probably the fact that it's on the lights probably might help them as well.
Yeah, it is. They've got good form here. It's a great run for Paul O'Neill out of dummy half there. Just seeing the markers weren't there and making great yards up the centre.
So this will be now played from dummy half by Mitch Slavin. Short side, kick goes up by Jacob Fallon. He's got some serious height to it. And well taken there by, I think that's Denzel Dangerfield. And he's just been pushed back, and let's just see, they might have to be forced to restart this, the Cougars. But I think they're actually, Richard Fleming's called knock on. He's given it to Marist brothers' feet, so that's probably the second best outcome for him, if not the best.
Yeah, try would have been perhaps better, but that's a pretty good outcome. Really good kick chase and pressure on the catcher there. He caught it, put him in a vulnerable position very close to the sideline. He had to flick it backwards. There's a knock on. Marist again with really good field position, looking good. They look fit. They've got a really good backline set here, and they're going to try to convert this into points.
So nice splitting run there by that Mitch Slavin. He's just shy of the line. Jacob Ford to play from dummy half. Into the hands, that's gone Jake Hoban, and what's happened? I think he's just fell. I think he might have pulled a cramp or might have done a hammy there. He's just kind of fell underneath his own feet there. I thought he might have just done a knee or something.
I think
big hard hit. I think that's it. That's Nick Morris. He just absolutely smashed him into the Crozier Oval turf. And this is Jake Hoban again. He's just going to be pinned back there about 5 metres away from the Casino line.
Casino might have an invisible player out there tackling.
So that's going to be, that's Josh Patson, and a penalty given there for just gone a little bit north of the border there, Casino Cougars, and that was Josh Patson there that just got hit. And he's impressed me there, sure. He normally plays centre, but he's been playing second row now for the last couple of weeks. I think that's, I said a couple of weeks ago when we were here against Mullumbimby that if they had had him out there in that position earlier on the season, we might have been talking different stories in regards to finals. So that's gone. That's Petty. That's gets it into Petty. Goes to short side. Likes the line break, but he's gonna just be about a metre short of the line. Jacob. That's fallen. Short side pass, and Casino Cougars defense holding up really well thus far. But for how long? Let's see what comes out of this play. This is Paul O'Neill. Gets it into that. Oh, he absolutely spilt that. I think that was Mitch Slavin that's handed that over to the Cougars. So Casino Cougars off the hook at this case, and now they're going to have the penalty to gift it as well.
Yeah, that's a shame. It was really good play there by Marist brothers. I really like the hit and offload by Matt Tickle earlier on. The big fella getting getting up right up on the line, drawing in a few defenders, putting his back towards the attacking line and offloading the ball. And then, creates a lot of holes and space in the defensive Casino.
Sure, Matt Tickle, who was actually the try scorer, the lone try scorer thus far, that was actually, adds to his tally now of 5. He's actually scored against Casino earlier in the season too, the lone try scorer in that game, 28-4. That was the last time those two teams played at QE2 Park. So he knows how to score him, Matt Tickle, and he'll be looking to do more. And as we can see, that ball might be a little bit damp with just the dew off the ground there, sure. It's been a bit riddled of errors from both teams thus far.
Yeah, it was just a bit of an average pass. I think it was too high, and the defence was up on him. A nice pass to the chest there. He could have been off and gained a few yards. There was defence covering in, but definitely would have made 20 or so yards.
So as the scrum goes down just shy of halfway, this will be Mitch Slavin to play. Gets it on the hands of Paul O'Neill. That's Petty. And Jacob Ford. I've been noticing Jacob Ford playing a little bit of dummy half in this game, Shorey. So I think they're trying to be a bit more creative. Whilst it might not reward them as far as finals this year, it probably might give them a head start to find the right combinations going into next year. As we can see, that's Blake O'Connor just knocking that one on, and once again letting off the Casino Cougars off the hook.
Yeah, it's a shame. There's a really good battle starting to take shape here in between the front row packs. Especially, Nick Morrissey really taking it to the big fellas. Because we got Jake Hoban and Lockney Perrin, they've some big units. And the number 15, who Blake O'Connor, yeah, they've got a lot of size on the field there, and they're putting it to the Casino front row.
So Blake O'Connor, he was listed as 10. I might have actually called that, and then I noticed it was Jake Hoban. So there was a little bit of a late change, which we found out during the first 5 minutes of this one. So also noticing too, Shorey, that I'm having a look at that Crozier Oval turf. As I mentioned, there was no less than about 10 hours of football being played today through under 7s all the way up to A grade from about 8:30 this morning, and it's just held up quite nicely with all the excess games being played. So this is Trevor Bolt, makes the line break. He's got one to beat. He's going to be just pinned back, just about a metre off the line. And the Marist brothers rammed out of trouble yet from dummy half. He's just bolted himself into the post. It's just, and I'm really sure, I think that's just all that stopped him from Casino Cougars' first try. Dane Petty to play from dummy half on the first, and kick across the cover play. That was Roy Bell. And well read off the fact. I think that was Jacob Folland, and I think he might have just copped it a little bit of a knock there in the tackle there, Shorey.
Yeah, he has. Roy Bell's, he's done that same kick 4 or 5 times, or maybe 3-4 times already this match. It doesn't have. It may work for him later on the track, but it seems very predictable and easy. There's always a Marist player there to pick it up and get it. I'd like to see him perhaps put a high ball in, or I don't know, he probably knows best. He'll keep working at that, but good kick and drop out here from Marist brothers.
So that's
let off the hook.
So it's got about 30 metres. That was collected there by, that's a big hit there by, I think that's Nick Morrissey. And he's does well to get it 20 metres away from the Marist brothers line. That was passed there by Bell. And that's David Jackie going for a gallop, and he's brought down there by Paul O'Neill. And they're about 15 metres away now from the Marist brothers line. That's got the likes. That's, I think, Thomas Walker. He's barrages over, gets about 2 metres away from the Marist brothers line. Petty to play from dummy half, gets it in that spell. That's gone into, I think that's, Hayden Pratt offloads it. Nice little hit and spin, and there's another knock on there, Shorey. So Casino rolling up the areas. That, to me, I think they're at least their 4th one in the first 17 minutes, and I think that's just letting Marist brothers back, keeping them well and truly suited into this game thus far.
It's been pretty quick pace so far. You can see some of the Marist boys and lads from both teams really sucking in the oxygen now. Quick pace game.
So this will be Marist brothers now to play 10 metres away, or 20 metres away from the Marist brothers, their own line. Paul O'Neill now to play from dummy half. Big hit, and he's just going to be brought down there about 30 metres away. Nice Dane Petty there, getting in there, helping out his Cougar teammates. O'Neill, big hard run. I think that's Blake O'Connor, and well brought down there by Hayden Pratt. 30 metres away from the Marist line at 6 points to nil if you've just joined us. And then look, potential line break. I think that could be Josh Patton. And he's does well to get about 40 metres, just about 30 metres away now from the casino line. Josh Patton normally scores when he gets that far away. Paul O'Neill gets in the hands of Fallen. Back into that is Jake Hoban. Big bar-edging run by Jake Hoban, but he's just held off. Fifth and last. They're about 20 metres away now from the Cougars line. Big, that was a bit of a rush kick by Jake Petty. Still might pay dividends. Well taken there by Ethan Mumford. And he's just offloaded that, and that's Casino going to have that right smack bang in their own corner.
Yeah, really exciting play from Marist Brothers Rams there, getting right down into the opposition's try-scoring territory. Now, if they can hold them down here, maintain this pressure, it's going to be the work of the Casino forwards to try to get them out.
If you just joined us, it is actually Marist Brothers up 6 points to nil. As you can see there on the Ladbrokes scoreboard, and still not quite up to where the temperature is at the moment. It's a frosty 12 degrees. It's pretty much the coldest it's been of any of the games we've covered this year, including that May night out at Cougars, Shuri. But you don't think so?
No, it's warm. It's warm up in this booth here. Good early kick there by Roy Bell there, and good bring back by the Marist Brothers Rams.
So this is Ethan Mumford. He's a late change there for Try Murray. A late change, so they'll be missing him today. But Ethan Mumford has shown that he's got the absolute attacking prowess to fill the void tonight. So this is playing from dummy half. That's Slaven. Big hard hit there by Blake O'Connor. And they're about just inside 20. Marist want another one. They're going to need one too against the Casino Cougars, who have got finals inspiration, and they probably would have also learnt about the result at Stan Seckham Oval this afternoon. They want to get as high as it possibly can up the ladder and potentially take even, I think they're still good for second potentially, but oh, that was a costly error there. That's surely got to be called knock on. And within this next set of six coming, could be a very costly one for the Cougars in the first quarter here in Lismore.
Yeah, see, Marist putting a lot of pressure on Casino with that high kick down in that far right corner. And that's what I'd like to see Roy Bell doing at the other end of the field. He keeps on putting the little grubber kicks in. They're just too easy to field by the Marist Brothers players, but that's the second penalty under the second knock on under that high ball. It's working well for Marist.
So they're playing the short side on the first tackle. This is nice split there. I think that's taken up there by Evan Hawkins. And they're about 7 or 8 metres away now from the Casino Cougars line. That's O'Neill, plays it into that. That's Jake Hoban. He's just been so impressive, just barraging over. Needed about 3 Casino Cougars players to bring him down. That's gone at the feet of Slaven. Here's O'Connor. Bit of direction there by Mitch Slaven. Told him to go straight for that white line. O'Neill, Slaven, into the hands. That's Patson. Normally scores in many games and more than he doesn't. Fallen from dummy half. It's been working well for him having him there at dummy half. That's Lockie Perrin. So close to the line, Perrin. This is 5th and last. Cougars defense holding well thus far. They did a little switch there. Slaven kicks it. And well picked up by the Cougars, but that was well taken there by Jake Roberts. And I think for his trouble, he's just going to be pinned in his own goal area, and a line dropout, and another set of 6 coming for the Marist Brothers Rams.
Really inspirational stuff from the Marist Brothers Rams forwards. They've been working really hard. They haven't gained a whole lot of metres, but they're willing to run. They're putting their hands up and having a real crack. I'd like to see if they could get a few more offloads, but good field position once again, forcing the goal line dropout by the Casino Cougars. They've got a lift here. They're looking good. They're in good field position. And what they do need, as you said, they want to get more points on the board if they want to take control of this game.
Oh, he's taking it off his own kick. Well played there by the Casino Cougars. And they needed to get a little bit of luck out of that. And I think he's just copped a bit of a knock there for his trouble there, Shorey. So he'll play that all those gingerly. Big hard hit there by Josh Beach. Paul O'Neill, the Marist Brothers captain, putting a big hit in defence. And the Casino Cougars they're appealing for a penalty. They're not going to get it. Big hard split up the middle. There's going to be a one-on-one. And that's taken up there by Hayden Pratt. And he's just built that. It's not working well for the Cougars and attack thus far. They need to fix that in the next 60 minutes that come in if they're going to stop a potential upset there, Shorey.
Oh, they can't afford to make those mistakes, especially not tonight with Marist Brothers Ram attacking as hard as they are. That's a few missed opportunities they've lost. there was a try there, just gone for the taking.
Just had to pass and he would have got there. So
the bloke didn't think he was going to get the ball. Here he goes, the big 15. Geez, they're containing him tonight, aren't they?
And don't take this as gospel, because for the first 5 minutes I was kind of just making sure the team lists were correct. But I have Casino at 6-2 in errors thus far. So, well, at least 5. So they really need to fix their ball control up, not just in this game, but it's going to be played on now. It's going to be a foot race. It's just come off the post. The Casino Cougars are just going to stoke out the fire, but it's going to be prove the second best. Oh, actually, hang on. So I think they might even get this one pack about 20 metres out the estuary. I think there might have been a bit of a knock on there from the Marist brothers' Rams, potentially. It was all just happening too quick for us.
Yeah, I didn't see the initial knock on, but the afters, good soccer skills along the turf, got it back in and took them out. But yeah, they're coming back for a 20-metre restart or tap by the Casino Cougars. Inspirational stuff by Marist. They're getting creative and they look like having a good time out there, and they feel better with the ball. Like you said, not as many mistakes as the Casino Cougars.
So this is Morrissey now to play 20 metres away from their own line, and he's going to be brought down now by the likes of Braden Williams. Petty, big hard run, and he's just going to be about 5 metres shy of the halfway line. This will be Petty to play from dummy half. Casino Cougars have been putting on some big line breaks though, Shorey. They've put about at least 3 or 4 on the fly. They just need to be able to finish the job, and the rest will follow. So this is Bolt. Big hard hit. He does well there to get about an extra 5 metres. This will be now played here by Bolt from dummy half. Goes for a little step, goes for a gallop, finds the line break. Can something come out of this time? It's looking pretty for the Cougars. Hidden speed, Bolt's over. And Casino Cougars are now about to get themselves on the score sheet, courtesy of a big hit and spin from Trevor Bolt. 6 points to 4.
Yeah, sensational play. As you said, it would have been a concern of mine, being the Marist team and coaching staff, the number of line breaks that Casino have been able to put through almost at will whenever they want. And just once again, Trev Bolt has his third line break, and he didn't screw that one up.
And as you can say that, Shorey, third time's a charm.
Yeah, that is concerning for the Marist Brothers Rams, though, the ease at which Casino are able to break their line. And then they have so much pace and back up of the ball carrier.
So Trevor Bolt, that's his 6th try for the campaign, with tries against Mullumbimby, Northern United, Moorlambar, and twice against Northern United in 2 separate games, and as well as against the Kyogle Turkeys.
So a pretty easy kick here for Roy Bell. Got a pretty good record with the boot, I'm led to believe. So he should slot this home, make it an even ball game.
Also, Trevor Bolt, he's next Evans Head bomber as well, so in seasons 2014 to 17. And he played a bit of football too, I believe, down at for Mount Druitt as well in seasons 12 and 13. So handy player Trevor Bolt gets the Casino Cougars' first try. And with about 15 minutes left to go in the first half.
Trevor Bolt's got a sensational haircut too, a great little mullet there at the back.
Not my expertise hairstyles these days, but yours doesn't go too bad, Shorey.
Thanks, Nev.
So this will be now Roy Bell to add the extras, and does so. Well kicked there by Roy Bell to make it 6 apiece here at Crozier Oval in Lismore for NRRRL action of round 16. Proudly sponsored by Ladbrokes. Head over to ladbrokes.com.au for all your betting information. Gamble responsibly. Download the app today.
If you are in Lismore or you're watching this at home, there will be a jersey auction down to the Rouse Hotel after this, raising money for Jodie's Foundation.
As we get now back to live action. Nice big hard hitting run. So that's just perked up the Casino Cougars attack. As I made mention about 5 minutes ago, they're not far off in attack. They've got the line breaks, but they're just needing to complete it, and they're doing well thus far now that after the fact that Trevor Bolt's just gone over. So it's given this Cougars team a bit of inspiration, and look, it's just been a bit more perky than where they were. Whilst Marist Brothers Rams, they had plenty of opportunity to potentially get double their lead. So this is going to be Hayden Pratt for the line break. And
they're just getting in and around behind that play, the ball, the ruck, and finding holes there. That's a good kick.
Nicely kicked there, and Aiden Hayward's going to have to do well to get out of his goal line, but he's going to be brought down there by Rodney Collins. And now you just think that in the last 5 minutes, sure, the tables have turned for the Cougars' favour.
Yeah, there's more points on the board. Marist still got a lot of, it shouldn't be sunken by that too much. It was a really good kick, as simple as it is. Kick to the corners and results will come. But Marist have got a good opportunity, good chance to show what they're made of here and get out of their own half.
So as we get restarted now, this is going to be Bell playing a big hit by Nick Morrissey, and he's brought down there by Josh Patson, and he just shows why he's so impressive in defence as well as attack. The Cougars now are starting to bash that Marist Brothers Rams defensive line. This is going up there by, I think that's Rodney Collins. Rams are going to have to do well to hold off this Cougars attack. They know ball control is imperative at this point. Petty plays from dummy half in the hands of Bell. And they've get it through as many hands as they possibly can. That's going to be Brent Scott Hall for the corner, and it's looking pretty. And Brent Scott Hall in the last 3 sets, in the last 5 minutes, have now put the Casino Cougars in front of 10-6.
Yeah, that was all class. From one side of the field to the other, moving through the hands seamlessly, and then they found the holes on the edges. Just running the defence line of the Marist Brothers Rams a bit thin there. Not enough numbers to cover at the end. Good quick play the ball and points to follow.
So Brent Scott Hall, that's it. That's only his second try for this year, but with that being said, that's back-to-back games. He did score. His first one did come against Byron 2 weeks ago, Shari.
Yeah, I think there's going to be many more to come for him the rest of the season if they can get the ball to him that quick out to the wing. And good, big, tall, fast, strong player. He'll be able to get in and around the centres and wingers of the opposition. Tricky kick here. Roy Bell, right on the sideline, 2 yards in, 20 out. No wind. Kicking from the left-hand side of the field. What would that be? That'll be the eastern side?
Yeah, there's not much wind to speak of, just having a look at that graphic before, sure. There's only like a kilometre of wind out there, so which I find very, very interesting.
The still of the night. Can Roy Bell kick it?
And the way it's going, I think the temperatures might match it.
Yeah, Marist got a lift here. They're still in this. Don't want to let this momentum. They want to shift the momentum here if they can.
So Shori coming into this one, so Marist Brothers, I know they've got the points in it, especially as of late, but they won 30-26 against Northern United in their last contest, and 23-22, although they didn't get the win, that 23-22, there was only one other time throughout the year where, other than the first game against Coogin, where they did go down 46-20, where they scored more than 20 points all season. So that's something that they know they're going to have to that gets waved away. They're still remaining Casino Cougars 10 over Marist Brothers 6 here at Crozier Oval. But it's worth making mention that they're going to have to breach that 20-point gap if they're going to get over the Casino Cougars tonight.
There's a lot of points on offer here tonight. Both teams are attacking well and may only score higher as some of the defence tires.
And for the Marist Brothers Ram, they've had 12 different try scorers this year. Though only half of those have only scored 1 try this year, which I've noticed. So, I mean, as good as Josh Patson is, the Marist Brothers Rams cannot just rely on him to get their points from out there either, Shori. So, they're doing well thus far when they get the likes of Matt Tickle out there and Jacob Follen playing from dummy half, which I've already noticed a lot more impressive attack than say what it was earlier in the season. So this is going to be now played about 30 metres away now from the Cougars line. And they're just thinking about passing him, but he's just taking the tackle there from Jake Hoban as well as Slavin. Playing into the hands, that's Nick Morrissey. Big hard run by Morrissey. He's always like a freight train, Nick Morrissey, and he does well to get it on the halfway. That's got some distance and height to it. And that's just bounced out of nowhere. So Jacob Follen's going to have to do well to pick it up. He does. He's just going to be held off there 10 metres away now from the Marist Brothers line. And he's just going to be brought down there. I believe that's Simon Pratt there getting involved in the tackle. And he does so on the third phase there too, Shori.
Yeah, that's Roy Bell's first high kick of the night, and he's found space and he found a hole and let it bounce. And put them in good field position. So expect more high balls from Roy tonight. That's what we wanted to see.
So this is a nice little hit and spin there. I think that's going to be taken up by, I think that's Jack Wild. Sorry, that's wrong text. Silvo's Steph now. Kick goes up. It's going to just go over the 40-metre line. It's going to be picked up. I think that's Denzel Dangerfield. That's the Cougars' top try scorer for season 2019. So we're about 6 or 7 minutes left here in the first half here at Crozier Oval in Lismore. It's 10 points to 6 to Casino Cougars over the Marist Brothers Rams. Marist Brothers, who have had probably their fastest and most impressive start for season 2019. The Cougars just got their noses in front. But whilst the way this season's gone, Shory, anything's still possible in this game.
It is. It's good for Marist. They're in this against. Oh, he stripped that.
So that's a one-on-one strip. So Marist Brothers will have this one back. And not what the Cougars wanted, just when they're about 30 metres away from their line. And for them, they need to keep the momentum going and keep the lead up on the north section. So it's going to be Josh Patson. He's really looking for work there. Does well to get about I think it's about 10 metres away from the halfway. This is fallen, plays in the hands of Hoban. He's brought down there about 3 metres away from halfway. O'Neill plays it from dummy half. Nice pass by Slade, and that's taken up there by, I think that was Jay Waterman. O'Neill. Kick goes up by Petty. Should be greeted by Denzel Dangerfield. Bounces back in field. Eventually finds hands at Denzel Dangerfield. He's running across the sideline. He's got the pace. Denzel Dangerfield has 11 tries to his name. He's really looking for a 12, but he's going to be just held off the mark there, about 20 metres away. Casino Cougars been absolutely deadly with line breaks today and their attacking prowess. Let's see how they go in this last 20 metres. Big hard hit. He's going to be brought down there by Paul O'Neill.
Yeah, it was a shame by Marist Brothers. They had a good kick, the bounce, and Dangerfield just had too much pace run down the side. Didn't get the tackle in.
Cut out pass. Wide. And that's going to be into the hands. That's gone. That's Jake Roberts, and he's just going to spill that one over. And there's a little bit of push and shove to follow, but the Marist Brothers Rams will now have a scrum feed about 10 metres away from their own line.
Great effort here by the Rams against a really top-flight team in this comp. The scoreboards reflect what we've seen out in the field so far this evening. And with just under 5 minutes to go, they're going to be looking for a good set of 6 to get them out of the danger area here and into attacking position.
As you can see there on the Ladbrokes scoreboard, as we're in the dying minutes of the first half, there's Casino Cougars 10, Marist Brothers Rams 6. Courtesy of Ladbrokes. Ladbrokes.com.au for all your latest betting information. Download the app today and gamble responsibly. Sure, as I made mention about Josh Patson, he's currently clocked at 9 tries heading into this season. He'll be loving to bring up a 10th today, and they'll pretty much need to if they're going to get anything out of this game against Casino Cougars. Hoban takes that one up just in front of the Ladbrokes signage there. Paul O'Neill will play it. Now held there 30 metres out. Short side into Falling, gets the kick away. Would like to have a bit more distance, but it's going to hold stationary there, and the Cougars will have a scrum feed 40 out.
Marist Brothers been peppering that right-hand side all night. I wonder if it's been a bit of a game plan they've talked about going into this match. They see a bit of a weakness down there. If you think Denzel Dangerfield's a weakness on that left-hand wing, then you may be in for a surprise. But they did score their early points down that side. And the Cougars have had a couple of mistakes off those kicks. I wonder if they're going to change it up in the second half and attack the other side.
So the Casino Cougars, their last game will be against Evans Head at home next week at QE2 Park. They do have the bye in the last round, so if they can go take this out in straight sets heading into finals, then they know they've done all that they can do to potentially get as high as they can in that ladder when the finals come about. So this is going to be taken up. This is Rodney Collins going himself. He's brought down there by Paul O'Neill. This will be now played by Petty. Does a little step. He's got the likes of, I think that's Jake Roberts out there. Sure, the Casino Cougars are missing the likes of Noah King as well. He was listed to come for this past Thursday. They would love to have him and his fruit and I think it's fluoro yellow boots that he wears out there. So he scored a hat trick against Ballina about a month ago. So I would like to have him right for finals. Hopefully he's not injured or nothing, but this will be now going to be taken up by Dane Petty. Bolt. This is Bell. kick goes up. There are chases for the Cougars. It's about 3 on 2. But it's well read in there off it in defence there by Aiden Haywood. They'll be playing that one from dummy half. That's Follett. That experience worked well for me there, Shorey, having Jacob Follett play from dummy half. Just getting an extra 5 metres on the fly each time. This is Aiden Haywood on the third tackle. That's played up there by Slave, and big hit coming now by Lockie Perrin. Does well to get about 20 metres, well, an extra 10, 15 metres. This potentially, you can see there about a minute and change left in the second. Oh, he's bounced that one forward, where it's going to be collected there by Trevor Bolts. 35 metres away from the Marist brothers line. Cougars are in good position to take an extra try into half time. This is Isaac Cooper. He's just at 30 metres away. Second tackle. Petty playing short side. This is going to be taken up here by Hayden Pratt. He's going to be brought down there by Jake Hoban as well as Matt Tickle. And the Rams defence has held strong thus far. They're going to be, but the Cougars are absolutely bashing that line. That's Simon Pratt. This is the fourth tackle coming. This is Petty. This will look to get through as many hands as they possibly can. That's Roy Bell. That's going to be David Jackie. He was looking to get back into Roy Bell, but it won't eventuate. This is actually the fourth tackle now. Bell goes himself from dummy half with the cutout pass. That's Brent Scott Hall. Has he just got himself over the line to get himself a double? Well, the
referee's waving it off.
Yeah, I think there might have been a hit of a forward pass there in the opinion of Richard Fleming. So Marist brothers off the hook, and they're still going to keep within a try thus far. And they should have last go at the ball in the end of the first half there, Shorey.
That was really good defence by the Marist brothers, really strong. Just to note, the Marist brothers look really good on this western side here. They're in their defence. I'd like to see what they can do with the ball. If they can have, does they look really, they're linking up really well together and defending really well. See if they can put something on in attack.
So as Marist brothers will see out the last dying seconds of the first half, Casino, although they've won 6 out of their last 8, their last loss, of course, coming against Byron Bay, 28-12, 2 weeks ago. So that's a blip in their campaign heading into finals. So this will be Paul O'Neill now to play from dummy half. That's going to be Slave, and he'll kick that, put some serious height to it. Should be taken there by Roy Bell. He'll have last go at this one. He knows how to run it, but he's going to be smashing it right on the 40-metre line. And that's going to be, they're going to keep playing on here. This will be the last play of the first half. Bolt looking for the line break. He's got the line break. But I think there's just going to be too much Marist brothers personnel. And that's going to be all she wrote for the first half here at Crozier Oval. Shorey, all yours.
Well, it looks good. It's anybody's ball game. Casino maybe do have a bit of an edge with the line breaks. They're threatening a lot more, but if Marist brothers can keep this defence up, hold them out, they might frustrate the Cougars, and then if they can put a couple more points on the board, well, it's theirs for the taking. Exciting. I like this game.
Shorey, Casino have scored double digits in every... They've scored a double digit total in every game, and obviously they've done that now thus far. And obviously now Marist brothers, they're going to need to be able to do that too. Before round 10, Casino have only failed to score 20 points once, though they've failed to score 20 or more since then as well. So I feel Casino need to break that duck tonight to get the job against Marist brothers, because they've still got the attacking prize there with the likes of Josh Patson, Jacob Follett, and as well as Jake Petty. So let's see what eventuates here in the second half. Half-time at Crozier Oval, Casino Cougars 10, Marist brothers Rams 6. We'll be back with you in 10 minutes for the second half of action. Dwayne Neville and Michael Shaw back with you at Crozier Oval in Lismore, as the Marist brothers Rams are just about to come out for the second half of action. Shorey, what is the plan of attack that the Marist brothers Rams have to do? They're within distance, within 4 points, when most pundits coming into this one thought there was going to be a one-sided affair by this Casino Cougars. And whilst they've showed some impressive attacking prowess, the Marist brothers Rams have just kept their noses into this one. And on club day, of course, with the pink jerseys, the Jodian's inspiration, that's just going to give them that extra lift. What else extra do they need to do to potentially get the upset here tonight?
I think they're going to need some of their superstars to really stand up and want it, and they're going to have to just make some inspirational plays. I'd like to see what Silvo Stevena can do. He's made some impacting runs, and someone's going to have to stand up and take control of this match.
So this is going to be taken from Mitch Slavin. Big hard run's going to be met in defence there by Rodney Collins. This is now Paul O'Neill now to play from dummy half. And they just get in front of the Ladbrokes signage there, 30 metres out for the Marist brothers round. Paul O'Neill now to play it on the third phase. Plays short side. That's going to be Josh Patson. Does well to get about just shy of halfway. O'Neill now plays it from dummy half. This is Slavin. Big hard hit. I think that's the man you were talking about there. Silvio Stev now. That's Patson brought down there 35 metres away from the Cougars line.
And it's just tough like that, getting that offload spinning and trying to make a move, making something happen. If they're just going to play like they are, it's not going to happen. They're going to have to force some inspiration here.
So O'Neill, Slavin sends that one up. Didn't quite have the height that he would like, but it's going to find some valuable metres. Collected there by David Jackie. And he's going to be brought down there by that 4-5 pink jerseys just inside 10 of his own half of field. Now, I think that's nicely taken there by Lockie Perrin. He's down there about 25 metres away from the Cougars line. Oh, and that was... I think he might have been called for someone else there because he just had no eyes for the ball. But the same result beckons. Scrum feed coming for the Marist Brothers Rams, 25 metres out from Cougars line.
This is good. Marist Brothers look energised coming into the second half. Casino a little flat. They've got the home crowd on their side, and good crowd it is here today. Let's see what they can do here. The forwards are going to inspire and see if the back line can put some pace on and put some points on the board.
So this is Fallen. He's brought down there by his opposite number, David Jackie. Sure, as he made mention, a big crowd tonight. They've been going since 8:30 this morning for Club Day, from under 7s all the way up here to A grade. And what a day it has been for the Marist Brothers Rams. So they're playing short side. That's Slavin. Oh, and that's been spilt there by Jake Hoban. And the Casino Cougars off the hook. They'll have a scrum feed about 15 out from their own line.
It's not too bad. Marist Brothers Rams are going to have to step up in defence here and show they mean business, put some good hard hits on it, see if they can force another mistake. Casino obviously going to be looking to get some better field position, get a kick in perhaps on the fourth. What can they do? They don't want one of those notorious line breaks that they've had.
So this is going to be galloped up there. It's well taken and attackable Jake Petty. So about 30 metres in centre field for the Casino Cougars. Petty plays it from dummy half. He's going to be taken up there by Simon Pratt.
This is what Marist got to do. They've got to put these big hits on and defend, attack, come right hard up off that line.
And they're doing a good job to just nullify these line breaks. Casino had about 4 or 5 in the last half of this game. So this is taken up by Nick Morrissey. And that's going to do him wonders to get some extra metres for his team. Just shy of 40, Petty. That's Bell. Thought about passing it. He's kicked that over about a dozen heads of the Casino Cougars. It's beaten Jacob Follett. He's eventually going to get his hands to it, but I don't think he's got his hands to it well enough because and he knows it too. He's booted that one all the way. He's booted that one all the way to Clunes there, Shuri.
Almost down near Macca's. Yeah, that was just got an awkward bounce there. It was a promising defence by Marist Brothers. A good little chip in over the top by Bell. But yeah, just spinning and rubbing along the ground, tricky one to pick up.
Sure, I think some of the McDonald's customers across the road, they think there's an extra football in their meal. So that's not the case. That's just because it was booted by Jacob Fallen. But
new Happy Meal.
As part of a Happy Meal, that could be a promotion. Something that McDonald's might pick up a promotion. Nevertheless, back to the serious stuff. Rodney Collins barrages over, has the bit of the white line fever. He's just shy of the line. And he's not going to eventually get to that line. It's going to be taken up there by Simon Pratt. He's so close, Simon Pratt. This will be now going to be Dane Petty to play from dummy half. Goes himself, brings that in, and he's star. Nick Morrissey would have liked to have that one back. Marist Brothers Rams off the hook, and they'll have a scrum feed 10 out.
That would have been tricky stopping Nick Morrissey that far out with that much pace and big bodies that close to the line. Always hard to stop. But tit for tat here, same thing happened down the other end of the field. So now Marist Brothers are going to see if they can work their magic to get it down the other end.
So Marist brothers will have this 10 out from their own line, having to play this one deep inside their own half of field. Petty plays it, and he's going to be brought down there by the likes of David Jackie, and as well as that's Thomas Walker getting involved as well. That's David Jackie getting involved once again, showing why he's so impressive in attack as well as defence. Paul O'Neill from dummy half, and that was a nice dummy play there from Jake Hoban, but they're going to be brought down there about 15 metres out from the Marist brothers line. Paul O'Neill, big hard run, well taken there by Hayden Pratt. Nick Morrissey also getting involved in defence.
He's always looking for the offload there. That's what I like about Silvo.
And this is some very impressive by the Cougars defence, doing well to keep the Marist brothers Rams inside their own quarter of field. Kick goes up, got some distance, and it's going to just fall into the hands of, well, that's not what they wanted, in the hands of Denzel Dangerfield. 11 tries in his kick this year, and he's their the Casino Cougars top try scorer this year. And Casino Cougars do well to get inside the Marist brothers half a field on the second tackle.
Trev Bolt always dangerous with the ball. You got to watch him. He's a big, strong 5'8", and he can make those line breaks at will almost.
So as they take the run up, so Shorey for the Casino Cougars, 12 players in their current squad have played 12 games or more. 5 of those have played every game this year. So they've done well to keep a tight knit, and they've had a good run as far as the injuries concerned. And they'll know they'll want fresh bodies, and they'll also have the bye heading into the finals too. So they'll be probably best suited in that regard when it comes to finals time, having the fresh legs out there.
Yeah, having that cohesion throughout the campaign is paying dividends for them, and it reflects on the ladder where they sit today. There's a big high kick there by Roy Bell. It may have been knocked on by a Casino player. Nevertheless, it was taken out by Casino, so Marist hit it up here in the centre of the field. What I have noticed, hasn't been many penalties tonight. Quite a few mistakes, but
been
really
free-flowing both ways.
Really good game by the referee and by the players on the pitch. Not, as we say that, he's lost the ball in the play, the ball there.
So Josh Patson there is protesting. He's not going to get anything eventually. Speaking of Josh Patson, Shorey, it's came known to me that he's actually been picked for the the country team to tour New Zealand in October next year. I think he might have played there last year when they went to PNG, but nevertheless, he'll get a stint for the country team over in New Zealand in October, and rightfully so.
Yeah, he's had a good game tonight and a good campaign this season.
As Casino now play 40 metres out. They're running side on. That's going to be taken in the tackle there by Evan Hawkins. So this is David Jackie from dummy half. And he's met there. Big hard tackle there by Lockie Perrin as well as Jake Hoban. Petty plays it from dummy half. Goes himself. Goes for a gallop. He's brought down there by Perrin. Perrin makes a good legs tackle. This is now going to be Bell. Plays it. That's it. I think that's Hayden Pratt. He's also like Josh Patson's teammate in the under-23s. He's the big campaigner of that Northern Rivers Titans 23 squad over the many years. Morrissey barrages over. He was just lost the ball in the process. You bank on him getting a try if he's taken a hard hit from inside 20 out there, Shorey. And that's the man I speak there. I think that's Josh Patson. He's brought down there by Dane Petty. And he's about 20 metres out, about 10 inside field. Short side play there by Slavin. Big hard run, but he's going to be crunching to the turf. Well, I think that's Brett Scott Hall there, Shorey.
Yeah, great tackle. He had a real head of steam on him. He put the ball, he locked it in. He definitely wasn't going to pass it. And well spotted by Jake Roberts there and just nailed him.
I don't know if it's the absolute cold surface out there, but a bit of a low-scoring affair in this game, as well as the game that preceded this one there. Sure, you can see there on the Ladbrokes scoreboard, if you just joined us, that's, as you can see there, Slavin loses. It's like it's ice on the field, but not exactly the case. 10-6, Casino Cougars, just their noses on front on the Ladbrokes scoreboard against Marist Brothers Rams. And we've just nearly chalked just over 11 degrees here, Shorey, and you finally got your jumper on. You've got the memo.
It has cooled down a little bit in the windows here in the booth. It's colder when you walk outside. Here he is again, and they're starting to slip and slide a little bit more. All the players out there, the Jews starting to form on the pitch, and another great run by Trev Bolt.
Trev Bolt is just going to be held 5 metres out from halfway. This will be played by Dane Petty. Morrissey. He's probably been the biggest meter eater in this contest thus far, without a shadow of a doubt. Petty plays it, gets into the hands. I think that's Simon Pratt. That's a nice hard run. He's got assistance from Denzel Dangerfield on his left side, but he'll now play from dummy half. It's going to be taken up by Simon Pratt. He's going to be brought down there. I think that was the likes of Evan Hawkins. And there's a play a little bit worse play, a short side play into the hands. Brent Scott Hall might have just got himself a double in the corner. And let's just see what eventuates from this. Jacob Fallon's down there in back play. Richie Fleming is going to inspect. But I think we're going to see, there it is. Brent Scott Hall has got himself a double, and thus now making the score 14-6, Cougars in front. And I think he's just copped a bit of a knock in the process.
Yeah, I'm not sure. We haven't got confirmation of. Oh, we got points on the board. Is that confirmed?
That is a try.
Okay. Yeah, shame there. He's a bit hurt and he's rattled after that. I think he might have copped a stray body part to the head as he dived for the corner there. Trainers on the field.
So Shorey coming into this one, Casino's 9 out of the last 12 of their games have been decided by 8 points or less. So whilst now Casino are looking to get above that, like not necessarily mean they won all those games either. So they know that they really, well, that's going to kick things off. They need to keep going with it more or less.
Yeah, they are going to need to keep going with it. We've got a lot of football left in this evening here tonight down at Crozier Field. Both teams desperate to win. Marist got the home crowd. They want to do it for their supporters here tonight. It's anybody's game, but Casino just do seem to have the, like we're saying, they're getting more of those line breaks and doing the extra yard and getting across the line.
Another thing that I noticed too over this campaign for the Casino Cougars, that only once, and it's sitting pretty at the moment, only once of their Casino Cougars have held a defensive record of under 10. So they've only a single-digit record. And that came early in the piece against tonight's opponents. 28-4, that score was against the Marist brothers in Casino. So they would like to keep that momentum going, potentially going into finals from when they're going to face potentially like to Ballinham, Wollongbar, Tweed Coast, Coogin, potentially Byron.
It's a little concerning for Marist brothers. The only points they have put on the board was in that opening few minutes. So if they want to put a bit more of a pep in their step, and I want to put some points on the board again here soon as Roy Bell goes to kick right from the sideline. Tricky kick on this Western touch side.
But Roy Bell, if he knows how to kick him, he knows how to kick it from that side of the field too. So this could be an extra ball coming towards the McDonald's there, Shuri. So they've given them some ideas. It's got the accuracy. Has it got the length? Of course it does. Adding the extras there, making it 16-6. Cougars in front of Crozier Oval and Lismore. Trust you're enjoying the coverage wherever you may be watching on this cool Saturday night under lights here in Lismore. You can see there on the Ladbrokes scoreboard. Ladbrokes.com.au for all your betting information. Gamble responsibly. Download the app today on either your smartphone or tablets. Of course, today being Marist Brothers Club Day, having no less than about 12 hours of football being on show today at Crozier Oval, and the ground is held up just perfectly for it too, Shorey.
Yeah, those under sevens only weigh 15 or so kilos, so they didn't tear it up too much.
So here we go. Let's see what comes out of this. Well collected off there, off the fly, and they set of 6 coming 10 metres out from the Cougars line. I think that's Josh Patson there. He's going to be brought down there. They'll be looking to get it through his hands before the set of 6 is out. This is going to be Hoban, goes himself. And this is Lockie Perrin just short. The Cougars defence has just been on point for the last, up until the first 5 minutes. It's just been solid. This is Paul O'Neill. Went himself there. He's just held off. This is going to be played here by Petty from dummy half. That's Slavin. That's going to be Josh Patson! Just shy of the line, Josh Patson. Or has he managed to get some momentum on it? He normally scores in just about every game he plays. I think he might have just been just shy, and I think he knows it too, and I think he might have...
movement, perhaps.
Ooh, and I think he's just done an injury too, Shorey. I hope this is nothing major. Has he got the try? Josh Patson. Well done, Josh Patson. He's feeling a bit sick and sorry, though, but He normally scores in just about every game he plays, and he's got the Marist brothers Rams back into this one at 16-10.
Oh, fantastic play off the Casino mistake. He busted a tackle, he backed himself. That's what I said. If Lismore want to get back in this, their superstars are going to have to stand up, and that's exactly what Josh Patson's done here today. He backed himself, went for the line, put his body on the line. You can see he's withering in pain. It looks like he's copped it. He might have landed on the ball, or he's copped one to the gonads or something, but he's hurting. But most importantly, he's put 4 points on
his ribs, Shorey.
Yeah,
he's clutching at his left rib. And they need him out there too, Shorey. Like, they need him out there, no two words about it, in attack. And so hopefully they can maybe get some strapping on it and just nurse it through for the rest of the game. It's not the fact that it's 11 degrees out there too is not going to help matters. But, well, I mean, both of those teams, they would not be disturbed by the cold. I mean, you know it. You've lived in China for 13 or 14 years coming into this one. So this would just be like a summer's day. Really?
Oh, it's a big climate over there. But, yeah, Lismore, we know, gets cold. That grass can get a bit icy out there. Well, not icy, but it's going to be firm out there. But we're going to add the 2 points here, and we've got a 4-point ball game.
So Mitch Slavin directly in front will now make this a 4-point game, and does 16-12. Casino Cougars over the Marist brothers Rams here at Crozier Oval in Lismore. Courtesy of Ladbrokes, ladbrokes.com.au for all your betting information. Gamble responsibly. So Josh Patson, he's just chalked up double digits on the try tally at 10. Scoring 2 against Mullum, Cougars, Evans Head, Kyogle. Scored in games against Byron Bay, Tweed Coast and Northern United.
The crowd starting to get really involved here at Crozier Oval.
Benny the Ram there is just revving up the home support here on our left side. And so Josh Patson, he scored 11 last year, Shorey, so at nothing else, we'll be looking to try and break that before the season's over. He was also a member of that Northern Rivers Titan squad from this year. So he's been playing at this ground since early March, and I recall calling that game, and I can tell you now it's probably about a quarter of the temperature as it was back in that day in early March. So this is now Paul O'Neill to play it now from dummy half. This should have some hang time to it, and it doesn't. It just gets lighted across the carpet, beats the likes of Dendrell Dangerfield. And that's David Jack. He just absolutely spilled it, I think. No, he's not going to get away with it. Now the Marist brothers Rams are now in perfect field position to potentially take this lead, whilst the Casino Cougars, they look like they're going to get on with it. But how this game has turned, Shorey.
Here we go, really inspirational stuff by the Marist brothers Rams. They're tapping each other on the back. They want this. They're starting to G each other up. Good, strong kick along the turf. A bit damp out there. He's knocked it on, and they know it. They want it.
So as the scrum feed goes down, Casino Cougars, they've held well in defence for the majority of this game. They don't want to let that get undone now, especially when we're on the eve of the final series. So this is now Paul O'Neill to play from the lock. He gets it. That's Slavin. He's brought down there. I think that's... Oh, that's good. Surely, no. It's been... He's going to get off the hook for that one. That's Hoban. Hoban's just couldn't quite get off the clutches of Dane Petty. Paul O'Neill now to play from dummy half. He gets it on the left side. This is Slavin. That's a big hard run there. I think that's Blake O'Connor. Short side there from Paul O'Neill. Slavin. Fallen just kind of stood a bit pedestrian there, but he's going to be dragged down just shy of the sideline. This will be on the fourth phase. This is going to be Slavin. And I think that was Petty. That's gone up for Lockie Perrin. He's just does well to keep inside 10. This is fifth and last. This is O'Neill to play at short side. Slavin puts that kick. I think there was players in front anyway, Shorey. But nevertheless, this will be a 20-metre restart now coming for the Cougars. They've just got off the hook.
Yeah, it was inspirational play. A good play there by the Rams. The forwards are starting to lift, and they're starting to back it. They probably perhaps rushed it a little bit there. They could have held out for another set of 6, but they were eager to put points on the board while they had the momentum. They're going to be looking for another mistake here, force a mistake by the Casino Cougars.
So that's Nick Morrissey playing on the first tackle. And setting this one up is Simon Pratt. So I was saying before, Shorey, how the Cougars needed to breach 20. They're going to have to do it tonight, I believe, as I knew that Marist Brothers Rams have really come out with some ascendancy. They're doing it. It's been probably their biggest day in the calendar this year. and they want to at least send it home with some massive effort. Cougars now 40 metres away from the Marist brothers line. This is going, Roy Bell passes it into David Jackie. He knows how to make a line break, but it's a big captain's effort by Paul O'Neill to hold him off at 30 metres. So this will be now Dame Petty to play it. And what's happened here? So Richard Fleming, there's a player down there for Casino Cougars just in back play.
Yeah, Casino with Trev Bolden, I believe it was. They're just making those line breaks once again. Dane Petty got up the centre and he's just inflicting some pain onto the Marist brothers defence and gaining those valuable metres right up the centre.
So this, if nothing else, is just going to get... Okay, so it's a penalty given now to the Cougars. So at 16 to 12, Shorey, do they go the two? Or do they run with, like they'll take it out to convert a try and then it gives them something to work off. I think Roy Bell knows that there's going to be more than 12 points from the Rams tonight. So he's not hesitated to send that one an extra 20 metres down. And they're going to have a full set of 60. You can see there, and just off the lights there, it's absolutely frosty out there. Frosty July evening here in Lismore. So this is now going to be played by Dane Petty. Petty passes that across. That's Bolt. That's gone into Bell. Bell into Jackie. Jackie does a bit of a fend. He looks to change position. Can't quite beat the clutches of Jack Hoban. This is going to be Petty now. Second phase, short side. That's going to be Thomas Walker. So this is now Petty. That's Bell. Oh, just missed the hands of Trevor Bolt. He knows it too. There's going to be scrum feed now for the Marist brothers Rams, about 15 outside of their own line.
Very encouraging there for Marist brothers Rams to get the mistake again by the Cougars. They're going to get them out if they can. They're going to have to push it down the other end of the field. Want to see a lot of, see what they're going to do. When they're going to kick, they're going to kick on the 4th, the 5th. How are they going to work their magic and get it down there again? They look good, Marist. They've worked it out towards the right hand, the shorthand side here through Matt Tickle. He puts it down. A great offload onto Evan Hawkins, who runs it up. He's going to play the ball here. 40 out. Goes through the hands of Jacob Fallant. Making the tackle here. Jacob Fallant to play it via dummy. Runs himself. Good scoot out of dummy half. Picks up 10 yards.
So this is it. Sorry. Yep. So Paul O'Neill. Hoban. Big hard run by Jake Hoban. And there's going to be a penalty now given for the Marist brothers Rams. They're deep inside the Cougars half. That's not what the Cougars needed, Shorey. We're in the final quarter in this one. They won't go the two, I assure you.
17 minutes to go. They want to go for the 6 here. They're going to have to make a play for it. The kick's good.
It's got some yardage.
Put some 10, 12 out from the Cougars line.
So this will be now Paul O'Neill. Paul O'Neill will have a fresh...
Here we go.
And big hard hit. He does well off the fly.
Blake O'Connor with an inspirational run.
So this is O'Neill. Goes into the hands. That's Petty. Petty smashes in, but Nick Morris, he's been so impressive in defence. Hard to hold his nerve thus far. That's Petty. Petty, they'll be looking to get this lead back, the Marist brothers Rams. They haven't had it since about 20 minutes inside the first half. Short side play by Fullen. They're bashing down this line, Murray. That's Josh Patson. And if anyone was going to get a try, it's in the right hands for the Marist brothers Rams. He scored 10 this year. Short side play, Fullen in the corner. And he's just going to be hauled off the mark. This will be I think this is going to be the 4th tackle here, Shorey. This is going to be O'Neill going back for that corner. This is interesting. Kicked it. It's still in play, but it's going to be still played on. This could potentially be 6 more, and it is. So this is now going to be taken up here by Parent. Barrages Trevor Bolt off the play. They're about 8 metres off the line here, Shorey. They're not going away, the Marist brothers Rams. They want to take this lead back. And this will be now Paul O'Neill to play it from dummy half on the 3rd phase. Let's see what they can come out of this. This is Petty to go himself. Hit and spin. He's close, Jake Petty. But he's just going to hold off the mark. Paul O'Neill. This is Slavin. Slavin. That's... hit and spin. They're so close. He's just going to be held off the line. fifth and last. The Rams have just thrown everything, and the Slaven's over. Mitch Slaven has potentially got that Marist Brothers Rams back in front.
He's got it. He stands up for his team, comes out of dummy half, does the switch, bait and switch, goes over himself, finds a hole and puts it right on the line. Puts him up by 2 points with a kick to come.
What a play, and the Casino Cougars know it too. That was about 3 sets of 6 off the fly. And it's not a try, Shorey, after all that. If anything, it's a penalty, so, well, there you go.
Shame, I couldn't see what it was. He knocked it on in the play of the ball?
Oh, it was a penalty, so...
Do we know what the penalty was for?
Oh, we're not sure on that, so...
Oh, I thought that was dead set certain for a try. Anyway, Marist can take a lot away from it. They've got they're running Casino ragged here. They're looking. They feel confident. They're going to want to keep. They're going to inspire this defence here and put a big hit on. See if they can force another mistake and have another crack at that. The try. There's plenty of time left in this football game. 14 and a half minutes to go.
So it's not all over yet for the Marist Brothers Rams. There's about another just inside 15 left.
They want it here now, the Marist Brothers, cracking defence.
Big hard run there by the Rams. They know that they can just hold their nerve. They know they've got the tools to potentially steal this one. They do well on the second phase there in defence, keeping the Casino Cougars inside their own 40. And like the Cougars, the supporters just on our right side here, they are just losing it at the moment. That's Morrissey. They know that this game is not over. 16 to 12, you just joined us. Cougars, like Marist Brothers, they're playing for pride tonight. Cougars have a lot more to play with tonight. They know they probably would have known the result up north if Coogin, but I think it was 20 to 6 up there, Shorey. They basically know that they've got an opportunity to potentially shoot up to as high as second on the ladder. That goes up there by Roy Bell. And there are some chases here for the Cougars. It's just going to miss Denzel Dangerfield. It's going to be taken up there by, I think that was, was it Jay Waterman?
A good play. The defence is really stepping up, and they're inspired here tonight.
Big run there by Jacob Follins. Slaven now from dummy half. And that's Patson goes himself. And he's done about well to get about 15, 20 metres on the fly.
The Rams starting to make line breaks of their own, which we haven't seen this game.
So that's Slaven from dummy half. Hoban sends that one up. 40 metres out, and Richard Fleming's just called time off for something there, Shorey. What's he called here?
Can't see something on the field.
On tackle 3.
The Casino supporters seem to be going up in cheers.
So this is Petty. He's going to be brought down there by Josh Beach. I think he must have just been coming back on, Josh Beach, because they'll be looking to get some effort from him. Patson, they're getting it into the right hands. Does well, another 10 metres. But this is the 5th and last. This is going to be Petty kicks it. I don't think that one was played at, and actually see what comes out of this. And it's going to be a penalty, yeah. I thought for a moment there was a few Marist Brothers players in front of the kicker there. So Cougars are off the hook, and you can probably see there on in the right-hand side there is about 11 minutes and change left in the second half. Cougars desperately need a try because the Rams have come knocking.
Yeah, both teams need a try. Cougars, fortunately enough for them, in a better position being ahead in the scoreboard in this relatively low-scoring game.
And sure, as I made too, like, what happens when you get all the closer games? We've been talking that throughout the season because actually it was Nathan Cross that was actually originally assigned for tonight, and so he's had a few things come up. But it's but I think this would have been a nice close one for him tonight, though.
Oh, well, if he was here, it wouldn't have been a close game.
Oh, you're a hard man, Michael Shaw. Big hard run by Josh Beach. Does well. He does well just to try and get away from the grip of, I think that's Matt Tickle. He's still going there, Josh Beach.
Good run by Josh Beach. He had the opportunity to offload there, but he just wanted to muscle his way through.
Oh, that would have been a nice one for Isaac Cooper to get his hands on and run. And it's gone back into the hands there of the Marist Brothers Rams. And I think he's taken a knock there for his troubles there, Shorey.
Yeah, he has. He's down in back play. Really need to get up there. Time's ticking away. They need points on the board desperately now if they want to take the 2 points in this game.
So this will be a scrum feed coming out 10 metres out for the Marist Brothers Rams. Sorry, the way I'm going, I'm not going to have voice for because I'm going to be at Lambo War mode tomorrow. I'm not going to have a voice for that game tomorrow. The way we're going here.
You're going to go home and get a hot chicken soup and a lemon tea, Nev, and you'll be ready to go.
That's been the menu for basically 2/3 of the Northern Rivers here with this flu season. It's been bad everywhere. So, nevertheless, we focus now. That's Paul O'Neill. Big hard run. He's going to be held 30 metres off, away from the Marist Brothers line. Short side play that's going into the hands. Oh, well read in defence there by Isaac Cooper. And he does well to potentially hold off 10 metres off the fly. They're playing the short side. They're playing a lot of short side play in the Marist Brothers Rams. Trying to catch them napping. It's not going to work on this occasion. The Casino Cougars does well in defence. They'll have a scrum feed just inside the Marist Brothers half a field. And that, for me there, Shorey, that probably reads a little bit more than what it actually reads. I think the Marist Brothers Rams just getting a little bit desperate in attack. As you can see there on the Ladbrokes scoreboard, still very much in it at 16-12 on the Ladbrokes scoreboard, but I just feel that defensive play is just lifted the legs of the Casino Cougars, and know that they're just reading those short side plays all night on the Marist Brothers Rams.
Yeah, they want to complete their sets of 6 and try to get a good kick in down into the corner if they want to get some more points on the board. As looking for a line break there, dangerous.
So it's 45 metres out, and you think even at 4 points, we're heading into the last 10 minutes here, you'd think a try for the Cougars might just stuff out the momentum for the Marist Brothers Rams. It's a big hard hit. It's well read in defence by Matt Tickle. So Rams, I was so close to getting that one a couple of weeks ago, and the last time they featured on Mark Goff Media a couple of weeks ago. This is Morrissey. Hard run. He's been probably their player of this evening. About 10 metres away from the Rams line. Bolt goes himself, Bolt, and he's just going to have too many Rams jerseys on him, but he's just shy of the line. This will be play from dummy half by Hayden Pratt. He plays it now into that. Oh, it's just misread about 3 players for the Cougars. Bell sends that one up. There will be chasers. This could be anyone's. I think that's backwards, and that's going to be, I think, Ethan Moffat in the corner. And if that's been better backwards, that should be fake you good night for the Marist Brothers Rams. As good as the effort's been, this should be pointed to the spots. And Ethan Moffat, sorry, that's Jake Roberts. Jake Roberts has got that one down for the Casino Cougars, thus making it 20-12. Of course, Ethan Mumford, the number 2 for the Rams, but both changes in the wing position for both teams tonight, Shuri.
Yeah, it makes it a tricky one for the Marist Brothers to come back from this with an 8-point deficit, potentially 10-point deficit. They're going to need a miracle on Crozier to come back from this. Just a shame they didn't quite get that try down on the western end of the western side of the field just minutes earlier. Casino kept peppering. They haven't stopped. Shows why they are one of the top teams in the competition here.
Yeah, so of course what I meant was Ethan Mumford was a replacement for Troy Murray on one wing, and of course Jake Roberts was a replacement for Noah King on the other. And so Jake Roberts, that's back-to-back ones for him too. He scored, that's 2 tries for him in this campaign. Of course, he scored against Byron 2 weeks ago. It only took about 72 minutes for my dyslexia to kick in, Shori.
Tough kick here from the sideline. It's still, if Marist want to take the victory here tonight, they still need to score at least twice. This doesn't change too much in regards to that. Not that important of a kick, but nevertheless, shall we kick it? Still a lot of chatter going on in the Marist Brothers huddle back there. They're going to come out and fight for this, but just going to take a bit of wind out their sails that last try.
They'll need a Kyle Turkey's effort there from round 4, Shuri. Got some length to it. Is it going to just dip over the black dots? And it does. What a kick there from Roy Bell. Thus now making the score 22-12 here at Crozier Oval in Lismore. Courtesy of Ladbrokes. Have a ladbrokes.com.au for all your betting information. Gamble responsibly. Download the app today on your smartphones and tablet. And we're just approaching single digits on the temperature front there, Shory.
10.7, balmy 10.7.
So you think the Marist brothers Rams know that they can definitely not afford another one now. So they'll definitely need 2 converted tries in the piece. So this is going to be taken up here. That's going to be Simon Pratt. And sure, as I made mention, like I did mention to you that like Casino, they only failed to, they scored 20 points playing in the prior to round 10. After that, they've only scored 20 or more since. And I did say at half time, they needed to crack that to get it done. And I just noticed also on top of that, about 5 minutes when they did that defensive play to force the scrum feed, I just knew that was, for me, about the turning point of this one.
Yeah. Oh, here we go.
Oh.
In saying that,
Here we go.
he's lost it. Marist with the ball.
This will be
45 out.
That's Slavin. That's Josh Patson. They'll be looking for him for guidance. That's Fallance. He's brought down there from Jake Roberts. And they're about 30 metres away from the casino line. You'd think with about 4 and change left, it needs to come from here. Big hard run by Silvo Step now. But he's just going to fall just short. This is going to be into the hands of Jake Petty. That's Lockie Perrin. Going himself, Lockie Perrin. Too many personnel. And they had Nick Morrissey there for his trouble. O'Neill from dummy half. This is Petty. Petty opted to go right. He's going to just be held off there. Casino thought about it one-on-one. They won't go there.
He tried.
O'Neill. That's Slavin. Fallance. He's going to be brought down there by Roy Bell. So this would pretty much just be the last roll of the dice to get in this one. Slavin kicks in that. They really like that short side all night, and it's just not playing the jackpot off for him. I think the Casino Cougars sure have done enough.
Yeah, potentially that just went a bit too hot. That would have liked to see him just dribble that in and see if they could get another set of 6 or not. But either way, they played very courageously against the top of the table team and take a lot of this. I still think they'll be able to.
You got to give him an A for effort tonight. It's been just that kind of effort for him, and I'd like to see going into next year if they can keep this formation going. This will just be something that they can plan off for season 2020. So, with that being said, Casino Cougars are going to have some tougher opposition coming come finals time. There's a bit of a push and shove there between Paul O'Neill and Nick Morrissey. So, heads will eventually cool it because Casino, they've also got Evans Head and the bye. So, bit of an interesting run. It's like, what do you prefer? Yeah. You just breeze it in, have a rest in the last round of the prelims, and then be fresh for the finals. Or do you say like what Byron Bay's doing, for example, and playing all the top teams one after the other? Do you run the gauntlet, or do you ease it in?
Yeah, Josh Hoban looking pretty rattled here. I think he's had a big knock to the head. I believe they're going to have to take him off. He's taking the headgear off. Pats on the back.
So that's his night done. Not long left to go in the last few minutes. So we're about 6 minutes and change on the official clock. So sorry, as I made mention, in Casino Cougars case, come finals, do you take the easy road and have the break, get the bodies right, or do you take the hard road in the gauntlet, knowing that you've got finals sorted, but you want to have a couple of hard hitting games going into it? Say what Byron Bay and Coogin have got, for example. They've got similar runs home, and Coogin eventually getting the green light against Moorlambar tonight, as I believe. So, which road do you take?
I think you may want to be taking the hard road and work on your game and think about how you're going to play the finals. Maybe in those games leading up to it, try a few different things. They're going to have to figure out how to put more points on the board if they want to win. I think it's... Oh, what a take by the big fella.
There was a nice kick there from Trevor Bolt. So that's been working for him well this season, Casino, just kicking over the heads. And they don't exactly have to wait for the fifth tackle for it either. So anyway, Josh Patson knocked down. I think he's handed that one right into the corner. And there you go. That is Jake Roberts with a double in the space of 5 minutes. And he's just doubled his try-scoring tally. Easy as you like for him, now making the score 26-12.
Yeah, Casino, the they've fought out a really gritty win here tonight, and I think they'll take a lot away from it, knowing that in these close contests they can still get their 2 points. Marist Brothers threw a lot at their line. They came really close on the scoreboard. They had the opening points. Casino stood strong, stuck through it, stuck to their game plan, tried a few different things, and yeah, good. It takes them into good seat. I think going back to what you were saying, do you take the hard road? I think for them they need to take the hard road because they are at the bottom of the final 5 going into the thing. So if they want to...
Casino, they're third. Well,
Third.
fourth. They'll go to third tonight.
Okay, but there are stronger teams in the comp against them, so if they want to beat them, they're going to have to put on their best sparkly performances.
So they'll be, no doubt, hoping Byron Bay do the business tomorrow against Tweed Coast, because Tweed and Casino kind of vying for that third spot. And with results tonight, I think so that takes Casino to 22. Like, I'm just going to run my over, bring up a ladder here, Shori. So, of course, this being not updated from what I can see here, I think there might be one. So when we're looking at this ladder, so we've got Ballina on 26 and Moolumbar learning that they lost, so they stay on 24. So Ballina, if they can somehow, so tomorrow if they beat Mullumbimby, they will then go, they can't be taken on points. For and against 200, they won't get it. So Ballina will effectively win the minor premiership as early as tomorrow. As the kick goes up here, it's looking pretty for Roy Bell, just as good as the previous one. Thus now making the score 28-12 here at Crozier Oval. So Shori just going back to this ladder. So Ballina can effectively win the minor premiership tomorrow, learning what we know now. That Cougars won 20-16 against Moolumbar. For and against, I think, at 200. Ballina obviously will add on to that. So Tweed Coast on 20, Casino on 20. This will send Casino to 22. So that's still a bit of a... So Byron Bay, you'd probably think they want them to get the job done, and which puts them on third. That would potentially put Byron into fourth, sending Tweed down to as low as fifth. But if Tweed get the job done, they'll send them to 22, and Tweed will then occupy third again. But as I made mention in the piece, Casino have Evans Head, and they've got the bye, so a bye being as good as 2 points. So
Did you just repeat that and didn't quite catch it?
I hope everyone at home sort of got the... Just go online, have a look at the ladders there. It's still a lot more to be done in the last couple of rounds, but that's Casino's road. So you'd think, knowing on that, like even if Tweed were to do the job tomorrow, you think Casino would probably have the best shot at third spot and having that game against Moolumbar. But then they might even get as high as second. You never know.
Yeah. It could all play out as you've just said. A few
scenarios still to be told in the last couple of rounds. So whilst this one's going to be written in the books tonight for a Casino 2 points, Marist Brothers are throwing their last bit of effort here. This is going to be taken up by, I think that's Aiden Haywood. This is Paul O'Neill. He'll play short side. Playing it, that's Patson. Would love a double tonight. Of course, Marist Brothers, they'll have Kyogle at home and Evans Head away. So, you know what I like? I like Marist Brothers in both those games, Shori. I reckon they'll probably, if they're playing like this tonight, the way Kyogle they have taken a bit of a dip as well. They were as high as third from around 7 or 8. So this is going to be taken up by Lockie Perrin. It'll be a consolation try, but he's certainly earned one tonight.
Yeah, he's earned that tonight. He's had a lot. He's worked really hard. He put his body on the line all night, and glad to see him get a good try there to wrap it up. Unfortunately, we're just short of time for a fairy tale comeback.
Would have liked that about 10 minutes earlier, Shori. Thus now making the score 28-16. Casino over Marist Brothers on the Ladbrokes scoreboard. And we're in it. And we're just about to call out time on a long day of Marist Brothers Club footy. Now that makes the score 28-18.
You can tell it's a long day because the timekeepers up here are onto their third can of signal horn.
Yeah, and they've actually, I was just checking them out here, the boys to our left here. When they were trying on reserve grade, it was just leaking out everywhere. And I was just made mention, I thought they've been working overtime. What a day for Marist Brothers football today. I could have just hooked it up some WD-40 that might have done the trick. So this should be all she wrote. There can't be long to go at all from here. And the signal horn is just having an epic fail here. That is it. There you go. Hear it here. That is a long day of Marist Brothers home football in juniors and seniors in the books. And also the Mark-Off Media feature game for round 16, done and dusted under lights in Lismore. Sure, what an effort by the Marist Brothers Rams. Casino, though, getting the points.
Yeah, it would have been good to see Marist get up on their home derby day, but the better team won tonight by 10 points here. Some really good performances across the paddock. Who did you like?
Sure, I'd have to say, even though he didn't score any tries, Nick Morrissey. Nick Morrissey is, I mean, if we had player stats, if we had sensors and all these players like they do in the NRRRL, I'd be scared to believe what it would go. There wouldn't be enough numbers on the sensors to know how many meters he's ran. He's just had an absolutely impressive game. So you got to look at him. Jake Roberts for being the late pickup for Noah King. Here's another one. I think Roy Bell as well with his kicking game, as he always does. That would be my three. And then when you look on the losing team, you look at the likes of Mitch Slavin, Jake Petty moved the players around. Paul O'Neill, of course, had a big captain's effort as he always does. But yeah, Josh Patson did what he had to do. And
I really like Silvo Stevenau coming off the bench.
Absolutely. Shori, what a day, what a night. And I know you're not feeling the cold. I know I'm going to get back there and then get some warmer climate at Blamble tomorrow afternoon.
Thanks, Dwayne. Great game today. All the best to both teams going forward into the next couple of matches.
And that is all she wrote after a long day of Marist Brothers Club football. It's full time in Crozier Oval. Casino RSM Cougars 28 to the Marist Brothers Rams 18. For Mark-Off Media and the team of the NRRRL, Michael Shaw, I'm Dwayne Neville. Absolute pleasure being on the call once again. We'll do it all again next weekend for you. Have a good evening from Lismore.